I just want to thank everybody that made it happen. Jeremy Brown, Jessica Holman, Kirsten Bartlow. This place is something special out here, and this right here, I believe, is really going to bring a lot more people out to see it. Hopefully, it'll turn into something a lot bigger than it is now. Since we've opened it, we have a big canoe club and stuff that's been coming out of Memphis quite regular. And they say they'd much rather be here than they would over at Reelfoot. So maybe we can get some bigger clubs in this thing and individuals too, and people start using this river like it was meant to be used. And I just, like I say, I want to thank everybody that made it happen. And talk a little more about the river and stuff. Neal Vickers, my executive director of the Lake Association.
Thank you, President Rollins. I want to speak in kayakers' terms. It's been a long paddle for us to get to where we are today. In 2010, I was president of the Trumann Chamber of Commerce, but more importantly, I was a longtime member of the St. Francis Lake Association and someone who grew up using this river. As chamber president, I wanted to do something to draw people to our community. And I looked at other communities and noticed that those that had water focused on water. So in 2010, our current mayor, Barbara Llewellyn, was the executive director for the chamber, and she was going to Washington to visit our federal delegation. She hand-carried a letter for me to Congressman Rick Crawford, to Senator Bozeman, and to Senator Pryor. We had a very large erosion problem, and we had consequently lost our lake. And in that letter, I asked our federal legislators for help. So thank you, Mayor Llewellyn, first, for kickstarting this over a decade ago and for helping us. Congressman Crawford was the only legislator who responded at the time to my request, and he contacted the Corps of Engineers immediately. The very next day, he had them in his office. Shortly afterwards, I met Regina Kuykendall-Cash with the Corps of Engineers, and I have to thank her publicly for helping me with this project, because she was the one who informed me how to request and get the funding through Congress. Congressman Crawford worked with us to get the funding, but was unable to get it because of issues in the Middle East, and some people were disappointed with him at the time. But he told us, I will go back and I will try again and I'll get it, and he did. He went back again. He did ultimately get the money. He succeeded in getting over $4 million for us to repair this erosion event down here. And had he not done that, we wouldn't be here today talking about that. He even went back a second time and got additional monies for the objective. And so I want to thank him so much. It was with his help that it made it possible for the Corps to repair our river. So thank you very much, Congressman Crawford. I contacted Kirsten Bartlow, who is here today also, in 2010 and applied for our river to become the third Arkansas Water Trail at that time. Initially, they rejected, Arkansas Game and Fish, they rejected our application because of concerns that were ultimately resolved through the efforts of Jeremy Brown and his immense contribution in helping address and resolve those issues. So, I want to thank Jessica Holman also for her help locally in finishing the project. She is undoubtedly the best area biologist we've ever had on the St. Francis River in my entire lifetime, and I'm 64 years old. Where is she? Yes, thank you. We miss you. I know why you left, and I can't blame you at all. Kirsten, thank you also for all the attention to the process that you've given to this application for the last 11 years. I also want to thank the St. Francis Lake Association and the Trumann Chamber of Commerce for helping us finalize the project. Thank you, St. Francis Lake Association, for your willingness to serve as caretakers of the trail and for entering into a memorandum of understanding with the Game and Fish Commission. Had it not been for the vision of the Lake Association, past and present, that leadership, and the decades of efforts to maintain and improve this tremendous habitat, we wouldn't be here either today. Thank you to the Bluff City Canoe and Kayak Club for helping us take pictures and providing, I can't tell you how many did we send, Kirsten, over to you? Lots and lots, and they came over and helped us do that. Thank you, Judge Mills, for helping us get the road improved. And thank you, Jarris Stroop, with the Corps of Engineers for continuing to address, repair, and maintain our river and lake because of additional erosion issues. So you see, because of the vision and the persistence and the continued collaborative efforts of many, we now have over 10 miles of a designated canoe and kayak trail in one of the most outstanding natural resources in the state, and in my opinion, if not in the nation. If you haven't boated this stretch out here, either by canoe, kayak, or boat, then you've missed it. You've missed some of the most beautiful natural habitat in our country. And I want to conclude my thanks by saying thank you, God, for being so generous and benevolent, for creating such a wonderful natural resource and blessing us to have it right here in Poinsett County, Arkansas.
Beauty of Arkansas and all that it has to offer for those that come here to appreciate the natural state. And I'm grateful for the leadership of the Game and Fish Commission. Stan, it's great to see you. He knows I'm a duck hunter, and we got to come out here and do some duck hunting. But I hail from the western part of Arkansas, as Chris mentioned, the hill country. And I grew up loving the beauty of the Ozarks. But as governor and through my time representing the state, I have fallen in love with the Delta and all that it has to offer. And I guarantee you, whenever I look at what the timber here, the beauty of this, it's going to attract so many people here to understand the history, but also to appreciate the great outdoors that we offer. Tourism is a big deal to Arkansas. It's a #2 industry that we have in terms of an economic driver, and this will simply add to it. Last week I was in Marion for the Sultana Museum and their kickoff of a fundraising effort to expand that as a tourist attraction. So you can imagine visitors from Memphis coming in to see the Sultana, going up to the Johnny Cash Museum and Boyhood Home, and then going up here to Trumann and seeing all the waterway and what nature has to offer here, going on up to Blytheville to the Cold War Museum that's there. There's so much that we have to offer that we're going to be able to experience outdoors and through our museums and through our history, and this will be a big part of it. I do want to acknowledge Congressman Rick Crawford. Let me tell you, I've been in Congress, and it's not easy to get $4 million. Even though they're sending us $1.5 billion for the American Rescue Plan, it's still hard to get money. And Congressman Crawford getting this money for this just deserves a round of applause. I know he's not here, but please show your appreciation to him. Mayor Llewellyn, I just want to tell you that I appreciate your leadership, and Trumann is growing, both in terms of tourism attraction, both in terms of industry as well. And whenever you look at the balance and diversity of the economy here, it's exciting to see this growth here in Northeast Arkansas and in Poinsett County. So, Mayor, congratulations to you. Thank each of you for letting me be a part of this today. I'm looking forward to doing a little canoeing, whether it's today or down the road. This is a special place, and you ought to be very, very proud of it. And as Neal said, we have to be thankful for our Creator for giving us such a wonderful place in His world to live and to raise our families. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Governor, for joining us today. We appreciate you taking time to be here for this dedication and celebration. Back when I started this project, Congressman Crawford joined us in the initiative. But I was introduced to Jay Sherrod at that time, the projects director for the congressman. It was Jay who fielded my many calls and handled the river erosion project. He's been instrumental in the repair and the restoration of the river, and it's my honor to introduce Jay to you today, a real friend of the St. Francis.
Thank you. I want to thank the governor. Thank you, Dr. Vickers, for your kind words for our office. I think back about this. I've been projects director for RIT for 10 years now, and I remember that this was one of the very first projects that came across my desk that I got to work on, and to see it come to fruition, you know, have that erosion problem, you know, repaired and fixed, that was a big win for us, and I was very proud of that. So I'm very proud to stand up here today and address you all as well too. Congressman Crawford couldn't be here today, but he did send a letter here that he'd like me to read to everybody, and I'll just read it real quick. It's very short. Dear friends, today we remind Arkansans and citizens from neighboring states about one of the great resources available in Northeast Arkansas. Rocked by earthquakes over 200 years ago, it has truly developed into a must-see for any nature enthusiast, kayaker, duck hunter, and all those who enjoy the outdoors. Trails like this offer people a chance to get out and experience one of the truly hidden gems of the great state of Arkansas. Additionally, these projects show what can be done with collaboration from all sides, including local, state, and federal entities. I'm extremely proud that we can see successes like this when all sides are able to work together towards one common goal, and I look forward to what can be accomplished in the future. As the representative of the 1st District of Arkansas, I will continue to do what I can do to ensure the federal government empowers, not inhibits, our local communities and partnerships as we work to keep the natural state beautiful and a great place to call home. Your friend, Congressman Rick Crawford. Thank you all very much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.